I wanted to run through a story of a property that I've just recently purchased. Now, I pulled up at the property and I saw a few investors looking around the property. They were just analysing the property, working out their costs, working out the refurb, looking around the outside, looking around the inside, lifting up carpets, ripping wallpaper. They were doing everything that they should do, but they were missing one crucial thing. They weren't talking to the estate agent. So what did I do? I walked straight in the property and introduced myself to the estate agent. It was a cold day, she was cold, and she said she doesn't want to hang around too long, and told me everything about the situation of the vendor. She said the vendor, she wants to sell the property really quickly. She doesn't live there at the moment, she lives elsewhere. She needs to get rid of the property for around the asking price, and that's why they've marketed it at such a reasonable price. And she said we've got another 9 viewings today and we've got another 11 viewings booked in for the weekend. At this point I realised that there's a lot of competition there and I need to get ahead of the game. And she's also told me that the seller's a motivated seller. Brilliant. So next thing I did a walk through the property. I made sure that everything that I'd seen in the photos was correct. There were no surprises hidden anywhere, and I fully understood what the refurb cost would be. And it was about £2,000 off what I had estimated before I even went in the property. With that in mind, I already had the figure that I was going to put in as my maximum offer. Now that figure was 70,000, which was the asking price of the property. So I was never going to put that in as my first offer. So as everyone had left the property, all the other investors, because I don't want them to hear the offer I'm going to be putting in and add to my competition, they've gone off to do their numbers, but I've already done mine. So I said to the estate agent, there's my proof of funds on my phone. I'll be using the solicitor, and told her the name of the solicitor. And then I said, can you just go back to the office and put in the offer, tell them that you've seen the proof of funds from me, and put in the offer of 65,000 on this property. She said yes, and off she went. Next thing, I get a phone call from the manager at the office. His name was Tom. Great, nice to meet you, Tom. I'm Matthew. So we've now got to know each other. We've got some rapport. He said, unfortunately, the vendor is not going to accept the offer of 65,000. Is there anything you can do to raise that offer? Knowing that I had the competition of another 9 viewings that day, another 11 viewings at the weekend, I had to respond quickly. So I said, well, Tom, let me have a think about this. I'll give you a call back within the hour. I called back up 30 minutes later. Can I speak to Tom? I want to deal with the same person. Tom spoke to me. Hi, Matthew again. Great. So what offer would you like to put forward this time? I said it's going to be 67,500. That is the highest I can go to, Tom. I've really maxed my numbers out there and I'm going to start leaving money in this deal. You know what it's like. So Tom is now going to fight my corner. He's gone back to the vendor and I'm waiting there by my phone. I don't want to miss the call. About 15 minutes later, Tom rings me back. This is good. Obviously the vendor's keen. We've got a lot of communication going back and forth. He said, Matthew, the vendor isn't going to accept that offer, but is there any chance you go a little bit higher? She understands she has another 9 viewings today, another 11 viewings at the weekend, but she does want to have this complete as soon as possible. And we understand that you're a cash buyer, so we do want to get this deal done. What can you do? I said, well, Tom, let me have a think about this one. I'm going to really have to start thinking about what I can do in order to increase, because I will be leaving in more money. Okay, I'll leave it with you. So now I know my next offer is going to have to be my maximum price that I was willing to put in anyway, 70,000. So half an hour later, I call him back and speak to Tom. I get through to Tom. We're old friends now. So Tom, what I'm going to do is I've had a look at my figures and I'm willing to put the offer in of 70,000 for this property because I'm now meeting the vendor where they want to be. However, this offer comes with a condition. For 70,000, it comes with the condition that it is marked as sold on all the online platforms and all viewings are stopped immediately. In order to win a negotiation, you need to concede something. Now, I conceded on my first offer. I conceded on my second offer. I'm now going in with a third offer. I've demonstrated enough to the vendor that I'm willing to meet them, but we're at the end of the line here. And I've shown that by saying I have a condition and it needs to be taken off the market. So it's up to the vendor. So I get a call back 15 minutes later. Tom said, congratulations, the property's yours. The vendor is going to accept it because you're going to be paying in cash. We've already got your solicitor's details. We've seen your proof of funds. Property's yours, job's done. They cancelled all the viewings. Later that afternoon, one of the investors who I'd seen walking around the property had put in the very same offer for 70,000 and they were told they were too late. So guys, if you're going to be putting in offers and doing negotiations, one thing you need to do is be fast. Be quick off the mark, get in there before any other investors and have the whole deal wrapped up before they've even got out of bed. So guys, in this example, I viewed the property at 9:30 a.m. and the deal was done by 11:30. Deal done.